Okay, Nation 81, I'm putting up this video remake as per your request. I didn't drop my microphone this time, and I hope this is what you need. On the very end, I came back and added a short section on the video that's really explanatory when you look at it. Now, if there's anything else you need or not sure of how, why, or when, come back to
Pawpaw Sammy and Alley here. One of my readers, my subscribers, asked me, please redo this video. My mic fell on the floor last time, and I didn't catch it, and neither did whoever edited the video. They didn't catch it. But you can hear me talking, but it's real quiet in the background. So what I'm going to do today is redo this video to the best of my knowledge on these tools. Now, as I'm getting this thing off this bucket, I want to pass on one thing. I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, local 623. Okay? My local does not have a section for rebar. In Louisiana, Baton Rouge, I'm a journeyman ironworker. That means that I have to pass the test to be a connector, a hook-on man, a foreman, a superintendent, general foreman. I have to pass the rodbuster's test on all the different ties. Also, I dabble into welding. I'm a welder. Now, because I know when this video goes out, because I'm going to refer as ironworker or rebar, depends on what terminology I use. I understand as it goes out, it's more than likely going to cause the same problem as the first one. You're not an ironworker, you're a rodbuster. Okay. In some locals, they are ironworkers and they are rodbusters. In Baton Rouge, we're ironworkers. But I understand what you're saying. Now, what I did, I customized these tools. And the young man that referred back and said, please redo it, where I can hear what you're talking about. Okay. I'm going to start right here and work across to the tools. Then I'll come back and work across on the belt. But before I start, I'm going to show you something. Sometimes, see how limber those pliers are? Sometimes they get for, well, these are not doing it, but when you pull up on the handle, they shake and rattle. There's a cure for that. Notice, this is a pair of number 9 slimline Kleins I use in the shop. Notice, when I do this, these here stay tight. They don't wobble up and down. It's hard to see, but right in the center of that pin right there that they rotate on, I'll show you what I do to stop that up and down motion. I'll take a punch, okay? And I'll take a hammer and I'll put it right in the center of that pin, and this has been fixed one time. That will stop that wiggling. But you don't do too much. You spread the pin and the pliers will get stiff. They won't work. That's my old spare pair I keep around to play with. These, they're extremely sharp. The teeth are not wore down. That is my tool, baby. This one cuts tie wire only. No number 9, nothing except tie wire. I will not mess my number 9s up. But anyway, let's start with the pliers. Number 1, when you buy them brand new, they stiff. So you shoot a little oil on them, you heat the handle up, and you bend a little bend on the handle. It's not complicated. Don't overheat, you'll lose your temper. Just get enough heat to get a small roll. Then you come back with a piece of hose pipe, what I use. Now that hose pipe extends out past the handle. See the difference? Now when I'm working those pliers, see that? That's all I got to do is work them pliers. They'll ride right on the back of your hand, and they're so easy to hold on to. You don't need a spring. A spring actually slows me down because it throws my timing off. Now, that's number one, customized pliers. This is explanatory. Number a 6-foot rule. All right. Believe it or not, I keep that oiled with WD-40. That way when I grab it and do this, it don't break. It opens up. All right. That's the ruler. Now, this little jewel, it holds your crayon. Okay? You put to mark the rebar. Now, over a period of time, slipping in and out of the leather pouch, if you get wet with sweat or rain, which we get wet all the time, usually, sometimes, the leather will stretch. And this will wind up down in the patch. And you're trying to get a hold to that smooth top. It don't work. But no matter how deep in that patch it goes, I can just reach back, and my fingers touch that leather strap, it's in my hand, ready to go to work. Okay, that's how I customize that. Now, move over here. And don't laugh, but the snap on this tape, where it snaps, the leather, it's got grease on it. When I hit that thing, I don't want to play with it. I mean, if you don't grease it, over a period of time, the dirt, the rust gets on it, and it don't work. Or something else. And during break time or lunch, WD-40, these pliers are opened up and washed out good to get the dust out of them. Because you want them pliers to do this. With no strain, no pain. Now, this is just a strap for your tape. All right, here comes the big boy. Now this reel is strictly the whole wire. And if I had to guess, I'm going to say that's a good 7-8 pounds right there. It's aluminum, but the wire inside is not aluminum. It's just regular tie wire, rolls of it. Okay? Now, you take this reel and you shoot WD-40 down in there. Unscrew it, put grease on the bearings. Because you don't hear this reel squeaking and messing around. When I go to work, these tools work. Now, having said that, with your reel, I'll show that in a minute. Okay, what I did to this belt, let's start with the belt now. I took this belt. It's a regular climbing belt that the tree climbers and stuff use. With the spurs, when they climb trees, it's broad. All right. I took it down to the leather shop, and they stapled this heavy leather belt on it. Okay. Then I had this made special. This thing right here is to hold that reel down on my hip, down here. I don't want that reel up here on my belt because over a period of a day's time, 2 reasons. It'll hurt you, make you hurt. But when you bend over to pull the wire out, you're pulling down with the wire and it hangs up on the reel and it don't come out smooth. You got to keep pulling. It's awkward. So with this right here made, when I put it back together, this, people, is over a period of time. Hey, I didn't do this overnight. But, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I had both hands crushed on a job site years ago. I had my structural belt, and this is for the old ironworkers. Remember the old American bridge belt with the fast, quick relief? Just pull it and turn it loose and the belt goes. In case you're going into the river, need to get the weight off. Well, the ones that's been there, I'll know what I'm talking about. I took the quick release off that belt, put it on a leather belt on my structural tools. And in the center of the leather belt, I put a buckle like this for adjustment. Okay? That way, when I put my belt on, if I had to get out of it quick or just wanted to take it off for a break, I just pull that quick release and take it off. Now, on my spud range holder, I basically did what I did on this. I put an extra piece of leather behind the spud range holder. That way, when you sit down on that steel to rear it out to make a connection, the other spud range didn't flip off into the air, and you're watching your buddy down there get a headache. It kept them from sliding out of the holster. I had American bridge wrenches, American bridge bullpen. I crushed my hands, was off work, 5 weeks. Went back to the job site, my tool belt was gone. Nobody saw it, but the only people who was in that shack were brother ironworkers. And the bad part of it is, I'd recognize that belt in a heartbeat because it was customized for me, just like this. But anyway, that's another story. Now, what I'm going to do now is, okay, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to take this. I used to have suspenders on here, like so, over my shoulders to hold this weight. But this belt gets heavy. Now, all right. Like I said, with the reel down here, when I bend over to pull the wire, I'm pulling from here. If that reel was up here, I'd be pulling down like so. It don't work good. This, when I come out with these pliers, I see nothing to tie on. When I come out with these pliers, I just come out and start tying and go for it. But it's a customized belt, people. And I hope this helped the young man that called me. He was a rodbuster. And he said, I was trying to customize mine to match, and I just know how you did it. It's just years and years of beating your brains out on that rod pile. You'll learn. Because believe me, like I said, I greased the reel. I greased the snaps. I greased the snaps on the buckle. These pliers, WD-40, on break time, lunchtime, and second break in the afternoon. Washing that dirt and sand and mud out of them where they keep them hands loose. But I hope this does what he asked me to do. And like and subscribe, Pawpaw Sammy and Allybug. Okay? Okay. Now, the next reason that you want that reel down low is, like I said, the wire feeds out smooth, see? No pulling, no strain. Now, if that reel is up here, you up here pulling, it binds, the wire binds. This wire is rolled to come off that reel in one long piece. But if it's up here, I've seen too many ironworkers go nuts over it. You pull and it comes hard, you jerk. And when you jerk it, the wire starts tangling into each other, sinking down in the roll. Any fisherman will tell you, be careful when you're rolling this, you're spooling in a fish. Same thing with this, people. Once you start this jerking, the wire gets all messed up, and I've seen them ironworkers just go ballistic trying to make it work. And all you got to do is drop this reel and just come out slow and easy. Works like a charm. But like I said, all this comes out with years of experience.